But before we proceed, let me ask you some questions. How do you communicate with people? Do you trust your gut when you make decisions, or you just do the right thing? And how do you deal with the demands of life? Communication, making decisions, and coping are just examples of life skill that we do in every day. What is life skill all about? So let's have an overview of what life skill is. According to the World Health Organization, life skill refers to your ability to adopt a positive behavior that enables or that makes individual to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. So life skill also refers to the skills that you need to make the most of your life. And according to UNICEF, life skill is about behavior change or behavior development and the approach designed to address a balance of three areas: the knowledge, the attitude, and skills. And in addition, life skill also refers to any skill that is useful in your life. It could be considered a skill as well, like for example, driving, cooking, even mechanical works. And if you are familiar with this, we call manipulative skills, that manipulative skills is associated with sports that refers to the use of hand and object, like throwing, throwing, catching, or even kicking. Okay? So that's also a manipulative skill that could be considered as a life skill as well. But in a broader concept, life skill is any skill needed to deal well and effectively with the challenges of life. So how do we deal with life? How do we meet the demands in life? Okay, so we have 10 core life skills. Ito yung mga life skills na kadalasan na-encounter or nagagamit natin for our daily lives. So let's see what are these core life skills. Number one is we have this problem-solving skills. So it refers to when you are in a situation that needs action. How do you solve problems? How do you deal with it? Next, we have this decision-making skills. Oh, how do you make decisions? Like I asked earlier, do you trust your gut or do you just do the right thing in making decisions? And then we have the creative thinking and critical thinking. So this creative thinking and critical thinking, this could be taught in basic education, like for example, the algebra class. So many students are scared or afraid to solve this kind of problems, or parang hindi nila kasi naiintindihan minsan ano daw ba yung essence ng pag-aaral nitong algebra. So hindi ang objective lang naman kasi talaga nun is para ma-practice yung ating critical thinking skills at saka yung ating logical reasoning na pwede makapag-prepare sa atin in the future. Okay, and then number 5, we have this self-awareness skills. So how well do you know yourself? Do you have a conscious knowledge on your traits, on your behavior, and even your attitude? The next, we have the empathy. It refers to, or it means putting yourself into the shoes or in the situation of others. Ano kaya yung feeling na maging ganito ka, nilalagay mo yung sarili mo sa sitwasyon ng iba. Okay, so that's what empathy is all about. And then we have this interpersonal relationship and good communication. So, how do you communicate with people? Paano ka makipag-usap? Paano ka nakakapag-deliver ng message sa mga taong gusto mong makausap? Are you confident? Or are you a good speaker? Or are you a good listener as well? Management of stress. So, we have different coping mechanisms. We relax, or how do we deal with stress? Or how do we manage our stress? And then lastly, we have the management of emotion. So, if you have a self-awareness, therefore, you are able to manage your emotions. Kasi diba sabi natin, yung self-awareness is you have a conscious knowledge about your attitude, your behavior, and even your skill, right? So there, it's just a little background about life skills. And we proceed now with the role of sports as a powerful instrument to learning life skill. So how can sport influence a person? Okay, so we grew up in different forms of environment, and these factors like the family, our school, the society, and all the people that we get along with can greatly influence our or affect our knowledge, our attitude, and even our skills. For example, I grew up in an environment that loves to play sports. So there is a tendency that I can adapt that attitude. Pwede akong maging sports-minded din. Pwede akong mag-join dun sa mga sa paborito kong sport kasi na-adapt ko sa environment na yun. Okay? So, how can sport be a powerful instrument in learning life skill? And what sport teaches us? Okay? So, paano siya naging powerful instrument para matuto tayo ng mga life skill? Ano ang role ng sport sa ating mga buhay? Okay, so athletes started with a dream when they were young. And in that scenario, you are already starting a vision. You are already starting a vision that can lead you to a right direction, which is also a skill. Skill na rin kasi yung pagpa-planning mo. You are seeing yourself in the future. You are having a vision. You're dreaming. Okay? So that's a life skill. So with the athletes, they're seeing themselves in the future. Ano ba yung kanilang mga dream after they finish their playing career as an athlete. And while creating that vision, there are so many things happening in the life of a student athlete, like juggling with priorities, yung mga school works nila, unahin like yung family, sa social life nila, and even making ends meet. No? Especially kung you are away from your family, tapos nakalitira ka sa dorm, and meron ka lang specific budget para pagkasyahin mo sa isang linggo. So making ends meet. And how do you handle those pressure? Anong uunahin mo? Okay? And then, like these life skills are being practiced in times of adversities. And remember that management of stress is one of the core life skills. And your ability to bounce back is being tested. So maraming natuturo ang sports natin. Paano natin maa-apply siya in real life scenario? Right? And then they say that sport does not build character, they reveal it. Again, sports does not build character, but they reveal it. But let's accept the fact that sports, in a way, can build a character too. There are innate behaviors o yung mga natural na mga behavior natin na that can be displayed in playing sport. But however, most players adapt behaviors that they learned in sport. Mga na-apply nila in their real life. And according to the British universities and colleges sport, there are positive attributes that can be developed in sports such as the following: the teamwork, the leadership, time management, competition and sportsmanship, handling pressures, management and responsibility, and commitment. So it's clearly that sport, it's more than just training your body for a competition, but it also prepares you for life. Okay? So let's add more values and positive attributes that we can get and learn from sports. So let's have the first one, the value of patience, or the characteristic or the virtue of patience. It's a virtue, patience. So being patient is your willingness to suppress restlessness when confronted by a delay. When you are an athlete or when you are a player, matetest ang iyong patience. Like for example, yung coach mo, hindi ka sinama sa lineup. Yung starting player, hindi ka ginaano. So, ikaw gustong-gusto mo nang maglaro. And then, yung patience mo ay umiikli. But you need to be patient in playing sport. Okay, so in addition, self-control makes you better and help you to make right decision at the right moment. Okay, remember that, huh? You have to make the right decision at the right moment. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a picture. He is Bo Jackson. He is a professional baseball and NFL athlete. So according to him, sabi niya, baseball and football are very different games. In a way, both of them are easy. Baseball is easy if you've got patience, and football is easy if you understand patience. So he stated, or according to him, na you have to be patient in all aspects, in sport in particularly. Because in order for you to understand the sport itself, you have to be patient. Right? So again, paano natin i-relate ang patience sa real life situation? You have to wait for the right time to take action. So kapag marunong kang maghintay, dadating ang right timing. Right? And then next is the mental toughness. Mental toughness is the key characteristic that an athlete must have. Kasi kapag ang isang athlete ay mentally tough, uh, the rest will follow. You become patient, you have a teamwork, and even leadership. So it's about ano bang mental toughness? It's about coping with the demands in sport, whether it is physical or mental stress. Okay? So you are coping with the demands in sports. And also, it's about staying determined, staying focused, staying confident, performing under pressure, okay? And then managing physical and emotional pain. So sometimes we see sports or athletes na even though they are in pain, they still continue to play the game or to finish the game. No? So they maintain their composure, hindi nila pinapahalata na may injury sila, may paano sila, o kaya pagod na sila kasi they have this will, they are mentally tough. So in short, pag sinabi nating mental toughness is paano ka lalaban. Okay, so fight lang. Keep on fighting. Mapa-sportsman yan or mapa-real life. So ito yung tinuturo sa atin ng sport to be mentally tough. Okay, and then next, we have the teamwork. No? So sabi nila, teamwork makes the dream work, which is true. No? Teamwork makes the dream work. And of course, teamwork can be developed by being part of a team. Kaya nga siya tinawag na teamwork kasi you are working with the team. And also, in teamwork, communication takes place. Kasi pag walang communication, walang teamwork. And you have to know your role in a team. So, kung anong inassign sa'yo ng coach mo, o kaya kahit sa real life situation, sinabi sa'yo ng boss mo, o kaya ng iyong superior, ano ba yung ano mo, ano ba ang iyong role, ano ba yung duty mo and responsibility mo. And also in teamwork, it teaches us to be responsible and accountable in all our actions. But outside sports, of course, you have to work with others. It is essential. Working with others is essential because it makes you accomplish your task easily. Kasi mas, ano diba sabi nila, two heads are better than one. Kapag mag-isa ka lang, then that's good if you accomplish your work alone, but with the team around you or with the other people around you, mas maganda ang magiging output niyo or magiging outcome ng inyong trabaho. And then next, we have focus on mind. Sports teaches us to have focus. Yeah, so it refers to being in the zone. And it's all about concentration of skills and even mental imagery or imagining yourself in that scenario. Ano kaya mangyayari kapag halimbawang nag-hit ako ng bola, saan kaya magiging direction nito? And you have to identify your distraction and setting your mind. So if we're going to relate this in real life, you have a vision or you have a clear goal for your future. So nabanggit din natin kanina yung about identifying your distraction. So kung sa in real life, ma-identify mo yung mga distraction mo in achieving your goal, then you will do better. Parang you'll find ways para mas ma-achieve mo yun. So ayun yung tinuturo din sa atin ng sports. Paano tayo magpo-focus? Effective communication. So this effective communication, it plays an important role also in team sports. Like mentioned earlier, kung walang communication, di ba walang teamwork? So dito tayo sa effective communication. If you can communicate with people, you can deliver your message clearly. So as you can see, dito sa ating picture, mga volleyball players, they are making hand signals para makapag-communicate sila. Hindi kasi nila pwedeng isigaw yung kanilang defense strategy or offensive strategy kasi baka mag-iba yung play. So they're making hand signals. That's one of the communication in sport. And in real life, of course, kailangan mong makipag-communicate sa other people para ma-deliver mo ang iyong message ng malinaw. You can deliver your message clearly. You have to approach the person, talk to them, and make ways for communication. Next, we have the paying attention to details. So, oftentimes, nakamiss tayo ng mga details. May mga simpleng bagay. For example, your coach instructed you to take guard or notice or parang aralin mo yung galaw ng kalaban natin kasi it could be an advantage for us, for our team. And because you're not paying attention, hindi nakalimutan mong gawin yung bagay na yun. And naisahan ka nila or mas nagkaroon ng advantage yung opponent because you were not paying attention to the details. So the question here is, are you paying attention to attention? Yeah. So in real life, if you do not pay attention to details, something wrong might happen. So you have to look closely to details. Ano ba yung sinasabi natin dito na in real life nga na if you do not pay attention to detail, baka may mangyaring hindi maganda. For example, an architect is planning a house, to build a house. And then because he or she missed a detail, pwedeng yung bahay na yun ay masira. No? So again, we have to look closely to details. At isa yun sa mga tinuturo ng sport sa atin. And then, next is the determination. Hindi lang to sa sport but also in real life. It refers to your will to win or your will to win in life, to achieve your goal. It requires effort, your dedication, and even hard work. So in everything we do, we make effort. So lahat ng bagay na ginagawa natin may effort because of our determination. Okay, and then we have the better social skills. So hindi lang din pala mga physical at saka mga emotional aspect ang nai-improve or nagmamanifest sa sport. But also we can have a better social skills. So in better social skills, if you're a player or an athlete, you meet a lot of people in sports competition. So you meet other players, meet other coaches, etc. But in real life situation, you have to be sociable to connect. No? Parang yung sa teamwork lang din yan. Na mas maganda yung mas marami kang connection and then mas mahuhone or mai-improve pang iyong mga social skills. You became confident as well. Okay? So there you have it. I hope you learned that sport is a very powerful tool to learn life skills. Thank you and have a good day.